Today in last lecture of chemical bonding, we are going to discuss about some weak forces of attraction. And the first one is hydrogen bond. First type of weak force of attraction is hydrogen bond. First of all, we have to know what is hydrogen bond. Hydrogen bond is a special kind of attraction between a hydrogen atom which is covalently bonded with an electronegative atom like oxygen, nitrogen and fluorine, and neighboring electronegative atom like oxygen, nitrogen and fluorine. That bond is known as hydrogen bond. Hydrogen bond is a special kind of attraction between a hydrogen atom which is covalently bonded with an electronegative atom like oxygen, nitrogen and fluorine, and neighboring electronegative atom like oxygen, nitrogen and fluorine. That is known as hydrogen bond, and it is weaker than covalent bond but stronger than van der Waals forces. It's weaker than covalent bond and stronger than van der Waals forces, and its bond dissociation enthalpy lies between 3 to 40 kilojoule per mole. 3 to 40 kilojoule per mole, and it can be of two types. The hydrogen bond can be of two types. The first one is intermolecular hydrogen bond. The hydrogen bond can be of two types. The first one is intermolecular hydrogen bond, and the second one is intramolecular hydrogen bond. The hydrogen bond can be of two types: intermolecular and intramolecular. The hydrogen bond can be of two types: intermolecular and intramolecular. As from the name we are getting impression, intermolecular means the hydrogen bond between atoms of two different molecules. The hydrogen bond between atoms of two different molecules is known as hydrogen bond. For example, bond between HF-HF molecule, that should be hydrogen bond in nature, and hydrogen bond is shown with dotted line. Hydrogen bond is shown with dotted line. Same way, a water molecule can form four hydrogen bonds. A water molecule can form four hydrogen bonds. So, the bond between hydrogen and oxygen in water molecule is also intermolecular in nature. After that, we have to discuss about intramolecular hydrogen bond. So, intramolecular hydrogen bond is the bond between atoms of same molecule. The hydrogen bond between atoms of two same molecule is known as intramolecular hydrogen bond. For example, salicylaldehyde is there. This H and OH will form, and O will form hydrogen bond, and due to intramolecular hydrogen bonding, a cyclic structure is formed. Due to intramolecular hydrogen bonding, a cyclic structure is formed, and that property is known as chelation. Same way, salicylic acid can also have intramolecular hydrogen bond. Salicylic acid can also have intermolecular hydrogen bond. Similarly, orthonitrophenol is having also intermolecular hydrogen bond. I am once again repeating what is hydrogen bond and what are its type. Hydrogen bond is a special type of attraction between a hydrogen atom which is covalently bonded with an electronegative atom like oxygen, nitrogen and fluorine, and neighboring electronegative atom like oxygen, nitrogen and fluorine. That is known as hydrogen bond, and this hydrogen bond can be of two types. The first one is intermolecular hydrogen bond, and the second one is intramolecular hydrogen bond. Intermolecular hydrogen bond means the bond between atoms of two different molecules, that is known as intermolecular hydrogen bond. Example is polymerization of HF, polymerization of alcohol, dimerization of carboxylic acid, polymerization of water. And the next one is intramolecular. Intramolecular hydrogen bond means the hydrogen bond between atoms of same molecule. Atoms of same molecule is known as intramolecular hydrogen bond. And due to intramolecular hydrogen bonding, a cyclic structure is formed which is known as chelation. This property is known as chelation. After that, we have to discuss about the consequences of hydrogen bonding. Consequences of hydrogen bonding. So following are the consequences of hydrogen bonding, and the first one is molecular association. First consequence is molecular association. Due to hydrogen bonding, the large number of molecules get aggregated together to form a molecular association, and that's why their physical properties will show abnormal behavior. Due to hydrogen bonding, large number of molecules get aggregated to form a molecular association, due to which their physical property will show abnormal behavior. An example of molecular association is polymerization of alcohol, polymerization of ammonia, polymerization of water, polymerization of HF, and dimerization of carboxylic acid. Dimerization of carboxylic acid. Second consequence is abnormal physical state. Abnormal physical state. Due to hydrogen bonding, as molecular association will take place, that's why the physical state will be different than expected from that compound. As example, alkanes are gaseous in nature. Alkanes are gaseous in nature, but corresponding alcohols are liquid in nature. Why? Alkanes are gaseous in nature, but corresponding alcohols are liquid in nature. Why? The reason for that is that due to hydrogen bonding, alcohol will form molecular association. Second example of that is H2S is a gas, but H2O is a liquid. H2S is a gas, but H2O is a liquid. Why? Same way, because water molecule can form hydrogen bond. Next will be HF is a liquid, but HCl is a gas at room temperature. Why? HF is a liquid, but HCl is a gas at room temperature. Why? Same way, reason will be because HF molecules can form hydrogen bond. HF molecule can form hydrogen bond. And next will be ammonia is easily liquefiable, but pH3 cannot be liquefied easily. Ammonia is easily liquefiable, but pH3 cannot be liquefied easily. Then reason for that is also due to hydrogen bonding in ammonia. After that, third consequence will be abnormal boiling point. Abnormal boiling point. And questions might be there. The first one, the boiling point of alcohols is greater than corresponding aldehyde, ketone, amines and alkanes. The boiling point of alcohol is higher than corresponding alkanes, aldehyde, ketone and amines. Why? The reason is that due to stronger hydrogen bonding in alcohol, the boiling point is greater than corresponding alkane, aldehyde and ketone. Next consequence will be generally the boiling point among the hydrides of group 15 increases down the group due to increase of van der Waals forces, but ammonia has higher boiling point than pH3 and ASH3Y. The reason for that will be hydrogen bonding. Overall boiling point order of hydride of group 15 will be pH3 lesser than ASH3, lesser than NH3, lesser than SBH3, lesser than BiH3. Generally, the boiling point increases down the group due to increase of van der Waals forces. But exceptionally, boiling point of ammonia is higher than pH3 and ASH3 due to hydrogen bonding. Similarly, next question might be there. Boiling point of hydride of group 16 also increases down the group, but water has highest boiling point. Why? Water has highest boiling point. Why? The reason is same. Generally increases down the group due to increase of van der Waals forces, but H2O has highest boiling point due to hydrogen bonding. So overall bonding order, boiling point order will be H2S, then H2SC, then H2TE, then H2O. Similarly, next will be among the hydride of group 17. The boiling point increases down the group due to increase of van der Waals forces, but HF has highest boiling point. Why? The reason here is also same due to hydrogen bonding in HF. So overall boiling point order will be HCl least, then HBr, then HI, and HF has highest. All these exceptions are due to hydrogen bonding. Next consequence will be volatile nature, abnormal volatile nature. As we know, the volatile nature will be inversely proportional to boiling point, or we can say that with increase of boiling point, the volatile nature will decrease. That's why ammonia is less volatile than PS3. H2S is more volatile than H2O. Similarly, HI is more volatile than HF. All these can be answered on basis of hydrogen bonding. Fifth consequence will be ice floats over water. It is a very important concept. Why does ice floats over water? Why does ice floats over water? The reason for that is that because due to hydrogen bonding, ice has a cage-like structure. Due to hydrogen bonding, ice has a cage-like structure. That's why the volume of ice is more than water. So density is lesser than water. Hence, ice will float over water. I am re-explaining it. Ice has a cage-like structure due to hydrogen bonding. That's why its volume is greater than water. So density will be lesser. Hence, ice will float over water. And the last consequence of hydrogen bonding will be the water has a maximum density at 4 degrees centigrade. Why does water have maximum density at 4 degrees centigrade? Reason for that is that because up to 4 degrees centigrade, heat is used to break all the hydrogen bond. Heat is used to break all the hydrogen bond. Hence, after 4 degree, the volume will increase. Up to 4 degree, heat is used only to break the hydrogen bond. Hence, up to 4 degree, the volume remains constant. So, water has maximum density at 4 degrees centigrade. And the last and very important one is that out of HF, hydrogen bond, and OH, hydrogen bond, which one is strong? Then our answer will be HF bond is stronger. HF hydrogen bond is stronger than OH. Still, the boiling point of water is more than HF. Boiling point of water is more than HFY. Boiling point of water is more than HFY. The reason for that is that a HF molecule can form only 2 hydrogen bond, but water molecule can form 4 hydrogen bond. Water molecule can form 4 hydrogen bond. That's why water has a higher boiling point than HF. Next type of van der Waals weak forces we are going to discuss. Those are van der Waals forces. Van der Waals forces are also known as intermolecular forces. Van der Waals forces are also known as intermolecular forces, and these are short range in nature and inversely proportional to 6th power of radius. Van der Waals forces are short range forces in nature. These are intermolecular forces and these are inversely proportional to 6th power of radius, and these can be further of 5 types. These can be further of 5 types. The first type is dipole-dipole interaction or Keesom force. First type of van der Waals forces are dipole-dipole interaction or Keesom force. First type is dipole-dipole interaction or Keesom force. Dipole-dipole interaction or Keesom force. So as from the name dipole, these are the van der Waals forces between two polar molecules. These are the van der Waals forces between two polar molecules. For example, between water and HF. Water and HF, the forces of attraction will be dipole interaction, or water and HCl. Second type is dipole induced dipole interaction. Dipole induced dipole interaction, dipole induced dipole interaction, or Debye forces. Debye forces. And these are the forces of attraction between a polar and one non-polar molecule. Forces of attraction between one polar and one non-polar molecule are known as dipole induced dipole interaction or Debye forces. Third type will be instantaneous dipole interaction. Instantaneous dipole interaction, or London force or dispersion force. London force or dispersion force. London force or dispersion force. So these are the forces of attraction between two non-polar molecules. These are the forces of attraction between two non-polar molecules, and these are the weakest van der Waals forces. After that, fourth type will be ion dipole. The attraction between one ion and one polar molecule are known as ion dipole. And the last one is ion induced dipole. Attraction between ion and non-polar molecule are known as ion induced dipole interaction. And the last topic for this chapter is metallic bond. The metallic bond is the bond between atoms of two metals. Bond between atoms of two metal are known as metallic bond. And there are two theories to explain the metallic bond. The one is electron cloud theory. And according to this theory, the electron are immersed in the cloud of positive charge, or you can say that the positive charge is immersed in the cloud of a negative charge. And drawback of this theory is that it cannot explain the conductivity of the metals. And after this, a new theory was being put forward, and that is known as valence band theory. Not bond, it is valence band theory. And according to it, any compound or molecule has two types of energy level. One is known as valence band, and the last one is known as conduction band. There are two energy levels, valence band and conduction band, and difference in the energy of these two levels is known as forbidden gap. Difference in the energy of these two levels is known as forbidden gap. And on basis of value of forbidden gap, we can divide the element in three categories: conductor, insulator, and semiconductor. If the conduction band is from 0 to 1.25 electron volt, 0 to 1.25 electron volt, then it will be conductor. If value is 1.25 to 6 electron volt, then it will be semiconductor. And if forbidden gap has value more than 8 electron volt, then it will be insulator. With this, we comes to end of chemical bonding chapter. If any doubt is there, then you can send me through my WhatsApp number 9728035202. I hope you understand this chapter, and it is the basic of chemistry, you can say. So that's why you need to study it very carefully. Thank you. Stay connected, stay healthy, and be happy always.